It's time for mine and Alan's favourite subject. It's the best Champions League goalkeepers. Goals, actually. The best goals in Champions League history.
Now we're talking.
Now there's a lot to choose from. Micah and Alan, by the way, if you don't know them.
My two little tap-ins in a San Siro from both from a yard.
Oh, yeah?
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Of course they're not.
Of course they're not.
No. I actually scored, I think the best goal I've ever scored in my life was at the San Siro.
Evidence?
I don't think there's any evidence. It was a pre-season, one of those little tournaments, like Le Tournoi. That kind of thing that Milan used to run. It's Milan, Barcelona, one or two other good sides. And I volleyed this thing from 30 yards, which I don't think I'd have tried in a proper game, but and I got this. I won goal of the tournament, and the plaque was massive. It's the best thing I've ever won in my life. Pre-season tournament, but anyway.
I scored an overhead kick once in training from the halfway line.
The halfway line?
Well, I didn't, but I just made it up. But it's just there's no evidence, so it doesn't. You can't even.
Have you seen my volley though?
Well, I haven't seen anybody.
Training. Unbelievable.
Yes, actually, we have.
We see that?
Training?
In training, they don't count, don't they?
Well, they don't
Not in
count.
training, they don't, no.
H, John, can we get it up?
No, they don't count.
Let's get it in. Of course I do.
I've now got 8,787 goals.
And I've got one more. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, look at this.
Here it comes. Let's have a look.
Look at this.
Oh, big me.
Yes.
Do you know what? That reminds me of a goal I scored for England against Poland in the final qualifying game that got us to the Euros in '92. It was a corner knock back and boom, bin, score. We were losing 1-0 with about 10, 12, 15 minutes to go.
Is there evidence of this?
Oh, there was definitely
really?
evidence of that. Yeah, find that one, John. England, Poland, 1991.
Micah, that was a mighty
Poland,
fine
in
goal.
Poland.
By the way.
Eh?
That was a mighty fine goal.
Honestly. I told you I was a
Just a
striker.
shame it doesn't count.
It counts in my head.
Yeah, well, all goals count. All goals count. And we've got some absolute beauties among these. Do you want to see them? What we've got?
Yes, please.
OK, so here are our top 10 Champions League goals in no particular order. Zinedine Zidane's famous Champions League final volley against Bayern Leverkusen. Thierry Henry dribbled past the Real Madrid team for this special goal in 2006. Ronaldinho's outrageous attempt at Stamford Bridge. Acrobatics from Philippe Mexes for AC Milan. Messi Magic versus Bayern. A thunderbolt from Zlatan for PSG versus Anderlecht. Gareth Bale's overhead kick in the Champions League final against Liverpool. Cristiano Ronaldo's long-range pile driver at Porto. Messi on the list again with his mazy run in the semi-final versus Real Madrid. And finally, Dejan Stankovic's long-range volley against Schalke. Now, there will be a lot of goals missing from this list that people will think of. So forgive us for that. By all means, mention them, but we are also doing best moments and other things where they might feature in that particular game. For example, we've chosen Gareth Bale's overhead kick. Cristiano Ronaldo also scored one, didn't he, in the semi-final?
For Juventus.
But this was in the final, and we've gone with Gareth's one. So, yeah, we've tried to mix it up, but there's some...
There's some ridiculous goals in here, isn't there?
What's the best goal you've scored?
He has had some bangers.
Yeah.
The volley.
My volley, I think, my volley against Everton was probably my best one.
Yeah. Yours?
Probably Man United. I scored a goal at Man... The only goal I think I scored that was a proper effort from outside the box. I've scored goals from outside the box when keepers have come out and done that sort of thing. But actually to hit one in the top corner from outside, I never used to bother even trying to shoot. knock it wide, get in the box. But I cut him from the left. I think I went back past Paulin's and then bent it in the top corner. We won 1-0, and I go mental in my celebrations because I'd never scored. I was towards the end of my career. I'd never scored a goal like that. I was like, kept running. It was amazing. I was so shocked. It was shock. I couldn't believe it. So that one, really, yeah. Not as good as any of these, though. So it's a tough one.
Tough list.
Who wants to go first with your 10 to 6?
You choose.
I'll go first.
Go on then.
Micah.
Thierry Henry.
10. Oh, you're upsetting him again.
Yes.
He's not going to be happy with you when he listens to all these lists and you've
He won't listen
got
to
him
this,
his
will he?
No, he
10,
does. No, he
9 and
does. I understand he listens to every episode
Ronaldinho.
and watches every episode. Ronaldinho.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Messi versus Bayern.
Bayern. That's a famous goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bayern. Yeah.
Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahim. Oh, hang on. I said.
It's just hit it. It's just hit it. That's like, I know why you like it, because that's what you used to do. No finesse.
No talent.
No, nothing.
You
Just
mean-
hit it as hard as you can. Hope
Just
for the best. Yeah.
Do you mean picking a spot from 30 yards and finding that spot?
Oh, hang on.
Some of your finishes. Some of your finishes.
If it was that easy, every centre half,
Some of
every
your
midfielder
finishes.
would do it.
Goalkeepers back then.
Let's move on because we're talking about goals. 6.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
forgotten his list
Let me
now.
go back to
Forgot
the
what
list.
he's doing. Zlatan was your previous answer. Sorry.
Ronaldo versus Porto.
Yeah. Right, Alan. Yours.
I've gone Ronaldinho,
Ronaldinho.
Mexes 9, Thierry Henry 8,
7.
Ronaldo, and Messi v
Messi.
Bayern.
Bayern as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, who's common denominators? Thierry Henry. I like to say Henry. It's like a French accent. He's probably nowhere near it.
Against Madrid, wasn't it?
Madrid, yeah. It was a good finish.
Great goal, yeah.
Yeah, but at least, beat.
Took a few on. It was Ramos. Just tried to tackle
Winning
him at the
goal
end.
as well, wasn't it? 1-0.
Yeah.
Arsenal, great win for them there. Yeah.
Went past 2 or 3, didn't he? Then slotted it in.
Typical Thierry Henry goal, right? Why couldn't you do that?
Well, not quite typical. You normally bend it with the right foot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I mean, like...
I did do that in my early days when I had some.
Did you?
kids. Good
Oh,
goal.
hang on a minute.
I know.
Hang on a
Did
minute.
you?
I could go past a couple when I had some pace.
Yeah. Was you more running in behind or was you dribbling
running
or?
behind, more running in behind rather than dribbling.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I like a striker who can run behind.
Yeah, yeah. So Thierry Henry was, it's a good finish. Then we've got, I like that Ronaldinho one. If you got a top 10 Ronaldinho goals, I mean, some of those are Barcelona. I mean, he's so good, wasn't he? So good.
I mean, this is an unbelievable list, but I think we could find a better Champions League goal than Ronaldinho's goal.
No, it's quite clever, though, isn't
It's
it?
very
that little
clever, yeah.
outside of the foot thing. Yeah.
It's a very clever goal, yeah.
Yeah.
But in this list, that's why I've got it as 10.
All right, fair enough. It's
like a little toe pokey outside of the foot. from-
little
yeah.
bendy thing, yeah.
Clever goal.
Clever. You both got the Messi Bayern one. I mean, he's scored so many great goals, Messi, but it's in there probably because of his iconic status, that goal, because it was more the way...
My mate, Boateng, yeah, that's why I had it low. It embarrassed him a little bit and he's my mate, so.
Is he your mate?
Yeah, he's my mate. Was it City together,
I
wasn't
know
we?
you were.
Yeah, City together.
Good lad?
Really good lad.
Yeah.
Really good player, good technically. He had an amazing career though, didn't he?
A few injuries, didn't he? He was a bit
Few
lucky,
injuries.
He sent him for a hot dog that day, didn't he?
I know, yeah.
He certainly did.
Didn't he?
You can't defend
He won't
against
want to
him.
see that again.
He come in to replace me actually at City.
Messi?
Did he really?
Yeah, I won that battle though.
Really?
You saw him off, did you?
Saw him off.
Yeah. Played central defence more, didn't he?
Well, I was playing central.
Oh, when you were playing
yeah.
this- oh, right.
And then we both played right back, and then
Did they regret that decision, City? In the
Probably.
end? Sorry, apologies. No, that's good. Yeah. And he must be going, every time, oh, here it is again. Here it is again.
He wasn't the only one that he embarrassed, though. Messi was. He did it to a few others as well. But
Even in the World Cup semi-final against Croatia, Gvardiol, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually been good at City, and that's a good sign. I think but he twisted him inside.
Messi can do it to anyone. You get a pass.
Yeah,
Messi,
he doesn't count.
Yeah,
He doesn't count.
count.
It doesn't count if Messi's humiliated you. Ronaldo, that was a screamer, wasn't it, Ronaldo?
Oh, that was a finish.
Yeah.
30 yards, had to be 30 yards. It
Probably should have been a little bit higher for me, but yeah, because it was Ronaldo, I expect that from him. So maybe could have been in the top 3, top 4.
Yeah.
But it was a great strike.
He was never getting in top 3 or top 4 when he considers some of the other goals we've got. It was a great goal, but
It's just a hit, isn't it, I suppose? But it's a hell of a hit.
He's still got the technique though from that far. You got to hit it right.
Yeah.
I think the goal was
30 yards this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ish.
30.
I think it's probably more.
You think more?
It's not like him either to try and shoot from. Like all good goal scorers. Okay.
I've put the Philip Mexis one in there as well, haven't I?
Yes, you have, but Micah hasn't. So let's find out where Micah's got it before we discuss the Mexis, because that was some goal, that overhead kick. Micah, 5.
Mexis.
Ah.
Just one above.
4.
Messi versus Real Madrid.
Oof. Low down.
We've got the top 3.
Have we?
Same, but obviously I don't know what in order yet.
Bale, 3.
Ooh.
No?
No, bailed out.
Zidane,
2.
2.
Zidane's goal, yeah. 1.
Stankovic, the best goal I've ever seen.
The best goal you've ever
The
seen.
best goal I've ever seen. Fact. The technique in that was ridiculous.
Okay.
You think there's been a better goal than that? Maybe Roberto Carlos' free kick. Do you remember when it bent?
I played in a
out
game
to
with
a-
a better goal than that.
Which one?
The quarter-final of the World Cup, 1986.
Maradona.
That's not a better goal. What are you? Get his legs, H! Get his legs!
Filbert's come to rescue you.
Oh, my boy! Oh, what a rescue. That's why he's a rescue. Hang on a minute.
What's he up to?
Someone that just smacks a volley with a nice technique from the halfway line
Oh my God!
against a player who beats virtually the whole team on a pitch that was unplayable.
What's harder to do?
What? Anyone can just hit one.
No.
But no, how many players could beat half a team from the halfway line on a dodgy surface and still have in the quarterfinal of a World Cup?
We've seen it many times. R9, Messi, Ronaldo back in the day.
No, you've not on those surfaces.
Maybe not on the pitches.
Yeah, but also on the occasion. Anyone can just.
I'm not coming in against you strongly, actually.
No.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind.
What do you think's harder to do?
Dribble.
I'm with you on the dribbling. We've seen so many people go past. I mean, Messi did it, didn't he?
Only
Without
Messi and Maradona have done it.
Yeah, maybe at that level.
No, but in the way they, the turn, the twist, the thing on the halfway line.
Ben Arthur scored not like that, but dribbled past about 5 players for Newcastle.
No, different.
It was the way he was gliding past people.
I'm not coming for you on this because I'm.
See, he knows. He knows.
Oh, he's your mate now. Phil was scratching your count.
Could you score that goal that Stankovic scored?
Yes.
You think he could?
1 in 100.
No chance.
He come out, Neuer's in net at Schalke. The ball comes over.
I've seen it.
Technique. It didn't go up. It didn't go down. It didn't bounce. It was full on into the goal.
Because he
That's
didn't
the
quite hit it
hardest
like he
technique
wanted.
to ever do that.
No, it's a great goal. I'm not taking anything away from it.
So you think Maradona's is better?
But I can see that if he did that, he'd try 100 times and it would come off once. But he would never, ever, ever be able to do what Diego did. Impossible. No chance.
Well, he might not be able, but someone else could. Messi could.
Only Messi. How many players could do what Stankovic did?
Pele?
On their day, it's possible.
R9,
Pele wasn't that.
R9 could do that. Don't
Maybe
disrespect R9.
No, maybe R9.
R9 could.
Maybe R9. Maybe even Ronaldinho. But that's what I'm saying. You have to be a special player to score a goal like that. You don't have to be a special player to once in a million hit one like sweet as a nut on the volley.
Without it bouncing into the goal.
I think that's a more difficult technique, though. I'm
Correct.
Not sure. I think
What, a more difficult technique than beating half a team?
But that's why I don't think we've.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen a goal. I can't remember a goal like Stankovic.
Nope.
Anyway, right, you've had a Stankovic there. Alan, 5.
Messi.
Messi. Yeah. 4.
Zlatan.
Zlatan. 3.
Zidane.
Zlatan to Zidane. I like that. 2.
Bale.
1.
Stankovic.
Yes! You see?
I tell you what.
Can't talk about this sort of goal with you. He was a tapping merchant.
I was tempted to.
That's
England's one of the greatest ever strikers. Tapping merchant!
Why do you think?
Do you know what it is? You talk some your time, but that is probably the best thing you've ever said.
Do you know what I'm
And
going
I
to do?
go along with you.
Do you know what I'm going to do in later life? I'm going to set up a company called Goal Hanger. That's what I'm going to do. I'm absolutely happy with owning Tapping Merchant.
No.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Do you know, because I was actually going to put...
Do you know why he's put it in, though? Because that's the kind of thing he'd score, like just smack it from anywhere.
I'm not sure I could have done that.
I couldn't
from
reach.
the halfway line.
I couldn't reach.
It's actually hit the net without even bouncing. On the side volley.
Do you get 2 goals for
It's
that?
not. It's not as if it's a front volley. It's on the side volley.
Like keepers hit every day now.
Do you want to see it again? Do you want to see it again?
I've seen it.
Yeah, sure.
It's a great goal. It's absolutely a great goal.
Yeah, but
I'd have
keepers
definitely
fling
been in
it-
my
keep-
top 3.
Keepers aren't under pressure. Keepers fling it up themselves and ping it, and they've got no one in and around them. This is an outfield player who it just came at him, and that.
He got lucky.
That's why I think.
It's fine.
He got
I think that's a bit harsh. So I was going to take the occasion into account because Bale and Zidane were both
In the final.
Yes.
So let's take a moment to reflect and talk about the other goals in here. Mexes was, that was...
I actually think he was a bit lucky.
Well,
Centre half.
I think any overhead kick like that, or whatever you want to describe it as, has to have an element of good fortune, doesn't it?
You know what? I'm going to take that back. It wasn't lucky because I think I remember him scoring a goal similar to that.
Yes, he did.
Yes. So I'm not. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
How can you say something's lucky?
It's of good fortune in the sense of... Because you can't be that sure where it's going, can you? I don't know. But you're right, Alan. I bow to your superior knowledge of efforts from outside the box. Yeah. But it was tasty. It was tasty.
The only thing I didn't like about it, it was loopy. You know, if you would have chested it up and then straight away and gone straight across.
Can you remember the one that Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored against England for Sweden? I think
Yes, Joe Hart was in there.
Oh my word! Now that
was loopy.
Yeah, it was loopy. It had to be loopy because it's about 40 yards.
Yeah, I think it was Kale running back as well.
But it wasn't Champions League.
He should have cleared it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
Champions
think
League.
you might have gone a bit loopy. Never mind that. I'm thinking that's a fluke. Lucky.
I was teasing. It wasn't a fluke. It was an unbelievable finish. It was fantastic. It would have been in my top 3, but I'd have put both Bales and Zidane's ahead of that because I would add occasion to it.
Well,
but it's your prerogative. You're in charge. I can't overturn you.
I had Zidane's second, weaker foot. Yeah. It was a toss-up between him and Stankovic because of the way he adjusted his hips and turned with the technique
incredible.
on his weaker foot. So, I would have potentially gone number 1, but Stankovic, I just think it was incredible.
And I think, of all the footballers I've ever watched, he might be the most elegant.
Yes.
He used to bring the ball down and he just turned, and it was almost balletic, the way he played football.
touch was ridiculously good.
Yeah, I remember covering so many games in World Cups and Euros where he was playing, and I can't tell you how many times, either at half-time or the end of the game, or both, that we do analysis
On him.
on his touch
Yeah.
and the way he finessed the ball. I mean, glorious footballer.
Yeah.
Gloriously beautiful to watch.
Did you play against Zidane? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for England.
Yeah.
For England.
Yeah, it was brilliant, yeah.
Zlatan's.
I like that one.
He did score some beautiful goals, didn't he? What a footballer.
That was his third goal. He got 4 that night, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was his hat-trick goal.
Do you
that
think he
goal.
gets the credit he deserves as a footballer? Because if you see his record about league titles,
the only thing is,
he won them in nearly every year.
I don't think he won a
played.
Champions League.
No, he didn't.
It did. I don't think he won a Champions League. I think that's the reason why.
Well, but
That doesn't mean he can't be a great player.
No, I know. I think other people.
he's
But I think only 2 seasons out of his whole career he didn't win a league.
Yeah.
Now that is remarkable.
Yeah.
But I think it was because he's not won the Champions League why he doesn't get the same amount of ratings as other top strikers. That's it.
Yeah. The Messi goal against Real Madrid, a Clasico semi-final, Champions League, beat off. I mean, that was a beautiful. It was
Like goals when the player falls on the floor. It just looks scruffy to me.
Oh my God! Every goal I ever scored, I fell on the floor.
You not think as a striker when you fall over it, it's not clean, it's not tidy. Is that fair?
No.
No?
No, because sometimes
Money off
you've got
balance.
sometimes you've been jostled and thing, and you, yeah. But I did. It's funny. It's a friend of mine pointed it out recently. He went, you know, every time I see you, the goal you score, you seem to end up on the floor. And then I got a bit of a phobia about it. I was going, oh my God, I did. And every time I see a goal, I'm on my again. Gareth Bale's goal. I mean, to do something like that at any point in any game ever would be extraordinary. To do it in Champions League final. Obviously, it was a day that went for Real Madrid. Salah got injured and Karius had a shocker. But I'm not sure anyone would have saved that one.
Great finish on it. Good height as well.
It was also the way the ball came over, because normally you'd do it with, it just seemed like
Yeah.
odd. The
See,
foot
yeah.
hit it.
Awkward, yeah, didn't it?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Looked a bit awkward, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
So what's the hardest finish to do as a forward? What would you say?
Dribbling from the halfway line, beating 6 players.
Let it go. Shooting wise, forget the dribbling.
Shooting wise,
Which
I would say a volley on the side from 60 yards. I don't know. What do you want me to say? What's the most difficult? Anything that's.
Would you class this as a volley, not a half volley then?
it is definitely a volley.
Yeah, okay.
On the full.
Just to clear that. Yeah.
On the full, yeah.
Definitely.
Ball in the air, yeah.
The ball in the air.
Yeah, that
on the full. Yeah.
Let's not do the volley thing again. I don't know what. That's a good question. What is the most difficult?
Well, they're all difficult, or everyone would do it.
Yeah.
But you know, like when you go, say you take a touch on your right hand foot, right hand side, should I say, right hand side, and then you've not really got the angle to go near post. That one across the goalkeeper where you've got to sort of drive it, you can't pass it. Yeah. Is that a hard technique to do?
I didn't mind that, moving it and
You
hitting
did
the
move
shot.
it, that was all right.
Yeah, I quite sort
Well, the
of
harder
enjoyed
one's
that,
probably
yeah.
on your weaker foot. If you go on the other side and do it,
doing
it's
that.
probably more difficult unless you're incredibly two-footed.
Volleys a difficult technique, because
Yeah,
That's
you've
why
got
you
to
don't
hit
see
it at the
some,
right moment when it's not too early, not too late. Definitely you don't want to hit it just after it bounces, because that then turns into a half volley. Don't know whether you know how that works, but
Well, it depends how high it bounces, isn't it? Isn't it? So can we just clarify again, please? So if it just bounces there, what's that?
if it
Volley.
just on the bounce, it's a half volley.
Anyway, Stankovic's was here. About that.
That
high.
was a volley.
So that's a volley.
on the
Let's-
swivel.
we're on that.
that
We're
was-
all agreed what a volley is.
No. We need to clarify this. The ball bounces. How far before it's a volley and a half volley?
Well, the volley's just about there on the rise.
volley is-
How?
Half volley's just on the.
The
on
volley
the
is
up.
when you hit it at the
So that
moment
means
it bounces.
the difference is that much, you said. You said that's a half volley,
Well,
and that's a volley.
Depending if the ball comes at you from there and it's only that high and you hit it first time, that's a volley. But if it's bouncing and you hit it on the half volley, on the up, then that's
I
a
think we
half
need to go
volley.
around the room on this.
It's
because-
hitting it on the up. Is a half volley. Just as it bounces.
But it's always on the up.
No, it's not. Might be coming
If
down.
you're small, if you're smaller than me,
I don't know.
Which is everyone.
If you take it there or you take it there, if you're Peter Crouch or Aaron Lennon, it's completely different.
What?
You said about how high it bounces.
No, I didn't.
So go on. So what's your point?
It's on the bounce. It's as it bounces is a half volley.
Yeah.
So is that if the ball bounces there?
And no, that's a volley.
That's a volley.
Yeah.
How? When it's bounced?
Well, as he's just described it.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous argument. And you've not put a proper case across once.
What do you mean?
You've not.
I've just told you.
He just said the difference between a volley and a half volley is that much.
No, it's not. It's as it bounces. It's as it bounces, you hit it. It's like in a half volley in tennis. As it comes down, you hit it. It's not when it starts to. If it starts to come up here, then obviously it's not a half volley.
I think we're talking to the uneducated.
That's rude, but you're right. What's a half volley for you then?
When it just comes, well, if it bounces at any point, it's half volley.
Any point.
At any point, it's half volley.
So for you, a volley is
So
only if the ball doesn't bounce.
On the full.
So if a goalkeeper whacks a ball up right in the air and you're running after it and it Jamie Vardy, right? Jamie Vardy's goal against Liverpool. So the ball, long ball, high ball comes, I think it was Mahrez, comes over his head, goes down, bounces up in the air, and he goes smash. So that, under your thing, is a half volley.
Correct.
Oh.
That can't be a half. Oh, that's never a. Why are we even talking to him about goals anyway?
Even Phil was going.
Phil was talking about.
He says, what the am I crying about?
You're right,
Can
Phil.
you read out the definition?
You're saying a half volley can also be on the full because it's bounced. If you're saying a half volley is if it bounces and it goes up in the air and comes down and you hit it, you still saying it's a half volley.
Well, it's not a volley, is it?
Of course it's a volley.
How is
There's
it?
different types of
It's in the air.
A volley can't have bounced. That's
Correct. A volley can't have bounced.
It can have bounced. That's the argument.
How?
Because if it bounces and goes up that high and you take it from that high, how can that be a half volley if you take it that high?
Are you all right in the head? What are you drinking there? Is that vodka?
We shouldn't carry this discussion on with him.
We need to do top 10 volleys.
Yes,
Definitely do top 10
we'll
volleys
We'll
at
do
some
it.
point.
Stank.
You got Ronaldinho, Henry, Ronaldo, Messi, Ibrahimovic, Zidane, Bale, and the winner, Stankovic. Probably his finest moment. It might be the finest moment of his career winning this. Most of the day's top 10 goal scorer. You can disagree, of course, if you like, by using the hashtag MOTD top 10. Goodbye for now.